All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Don't Care. Migrants unfazed while illegally crossing the border. Guys, you guys sent me two videos kind of regarding this topic, so we're going to go ahead and kind of lump these two videos together, and we're going to comment on them as we are watching, as usual. Let's go and jump into this immediately.
It's pretty interesting that the timing of all of this, certainly you could imagine that there were probably some polls that showed the White House and the Biden campaign that they must do more. President Trump is way up ahead on them on the issue of immigration. So Biden's crackdown goes into effect when the border is overwhelmed. And that is defined as a week where illegal crossings average 2,500 per day. And we continue, though, to see scenes like this one.
This is America. See the red lights? Yeah, that's Border Patrol. Straight. No. San Diego. See the lights? San Diego. Thank you.
What? Sir, no, you're supposed to say go the other way, not that way. All right, hold that man accountable.
Bill Melugin will never forget that moment. Right? You got about 8 million have crossed the border illegally since Biden took office. The new order would allow at least 1.8 million, however, 1.8 million into the country every year.
Bill Melugin is live in Jacumba, California with more. Hi, Bill.
Jacumba's crazy, guys.
Dana, good morning to you. It was business as usual out here last night. President Biden's executive order took effect at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. local. So we drove around all the hot spots out here as the sun was setting. We did not see any sort of migrant rush trying to get in before that executive order took effect. We'll show you what we did see. Take a look. This was at sunset, 30 minutes before midnight Eastern. All we saw was this little group of mostly Chinese and Vietnamese illegal immigrants who had come across. But once midnight hit, they were still being processed. And it's not like an alarm went off and all these Border Patrol agents came out and started blocking everybody. The agents just did their jobs, processed them, and took them away. We'll show you what we saw early.
Guys, these countries don't border us. They don't border us, bro.
Here in the afternoon out here, though, take a look at this. This was a bigger group of predominantly Middle Eastern men who crossed illegally here in Jacumba. Several of them, those special interest aliens we're talking about, meaning they are coming from countries that DHS has concerns about for potential national security or terrorism issues. They're supposed to get additional vetting. Caught up with several guys from Jordan, Egypt, and Turkey. Take a listen. Jordan. Yeah. Why'd you come to Egypt? Why'd you come to America?
For a job.
For a job. Bro, that's not asylum. What is that, guys? You know, listen, I keep pointing out and then people keep yelling at me in the comments, bro. They keep saying the same thing, literally the same exact thing. They're like, listen, these are asylum seekers. They're trying to get away from the country that they're in. They were being persecuted. They're refugees. Bro, these people are not refugees. Every single time you put a microphone in front of their face, the response is always the same. Work. Money. Bro, we're giving it away, right? That's what's happening in all these cities. We're spending, what, $3 billion, $12 billion speculation in New York City, right? Guys, if you say you're going to give things away for free, people in other countries that are not used to making any sizable amount of money, the money that we're giving away, basically, is more than a lot of the individuals that are coming will make in a year, will make in, 4 or 5 years occasionally, depending on where they're coming from, guys. Right? Here's the thing. So the current world population, minus the United States of America, is roughly 7.7 billion people. Guys, the United States of America cannot take 7.7 billion people. All right. We can't take 7.7 billion people.
For a job?
Yeah.
You know it's illegal to cross the border like this, right?
Yeah.
You don't care?
Yes.
Nah, he doesn't care.
Hi, guys. Where are you guys
This man says, yes, I don't care.
from?
Egypt.
What country? Egypt?
Egypt.
Where are you from? What country?
I am from Turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah.
All Turkey?
Kurdish.
Yeah.
America. America.
Guys,
Where are you from?
From Egypt.
Egypt.
America.
Egypt. Guys, we got some pretty stunning data from our CBP contacts. Since October 1st here in San Diego sectors, there's been about 260,000 illegal immigrants apprehended by Border Patrol.
Okay.
We're told of that number, 78% of them have been released into the United States. And we're told that's primarily because a lot of the people crossing here are coming from countries where it is very difficult to deport people.
Right.
They're not afraid of deportation. You heard that Jordanian guy tell me when I asked him, you don't care about crossing illegally?
No.
He says, yes, I don't care. We'll send it back to you.
Well, there's good reason for that. They're not, they have common sense, and they're looking at this and picking it up for what it is. Thank you, Bill.
Right, guys, as of right now, the border looks basically like a free-for-all. What it looks like to the world is that our border is completely open and everything is fine, basically. Like, what really is the issue here? Let's just be honest here. There are no issues. Everyone is completely fine. It seems, at least, just coming straight to the border and coming through, right? There are no punishments for it. There are no penalties for it neither, guys, right? But let's go ahead and check this next video out. The name of the video is Mass Deportations. Border Chief sounds off on Biden's executive action plan. I'm not sure it even matters, bro. But let's see. Let's jump into it.
Biden now scrambling to address the migrant crisis long after
Same city.
Biden now scrambling to address the migrant crisis long after saying he's done all he can do on the issue.
Right.
The president granting permits to several border towns today to, quote, expand and continue to maintain crossings, whatever that means. While the administration is set to announce executive action for the border by tomorrow, limiting asylum claims. An estimated 5 million illegal immigrants have now crossed the southwest border during Biden's presidency as former President Trump declares the border a day one priority.
And that's why a lot of people are like jumping ship. If that makes any sense. Like, what's going on at the border is so crazy that even the people that have basically only voted for a specific party, they see what the specific party is doing, and they're just like, bro, you're doing nothing about this? Nothing. You're doing nothing about this? Oh, it's just open? It's a free-for-all? Guys, come on.
Now I'm going to do the big deportation, the biggest ever. Eisenhower did the biggest. This will be bigger. But it's a very tough thing. What they've done to our country is unthinkable, that they could do this. And so many other things. I mean, like, you go into New York, the kids can't have Little League games anymore. It sounds so trivial, right?
Why?
Because the migrants are living in the fields. They have all tents.
National Border Patrol Council Vice President Art Del Cueto joins us now. Art, would you please untangle for me what Biden is talking about? Is anything he's proposing, these maintaining crossings or these new executive orders, will it do?
Yeah, what I'm trying to do right now currently is I'm trying to actually see exactly who deported the most, guys, right? And what it looks like currently, bro, Obama deported like 5 million people. I think, guys, listen, just if you're in here for economic purposes exclusively, you're not trying to enrich our nation at all, right? With your culture, the heritage, the proudness, whatever it is, guys, right? Yeah, if you're not trying to enrich the culture and you're only looking to basically just withdraw, right, everything, then I'm not sure you need to be here, bro. I'm sorry. All right, America.
Do anything to stem the flow of illegal migrants?
Look, it's quite a mess, and people need to understand that that mess was created by this administration. And if they were going to allow so many individuals to come into the country and ask for asylum, they surely had to have come up with a plan for those individuals that would not have an actual asylum claim. And once again, they didn't even plan for that. So when you start talking about mass deportations, that's obviously something that this administration should have thought of in the first place. Not everyone that's asking for asylum has a real asylum claim. In fact, the majority of them don't. So
that's why 8 out of 10 don't even get accepted, right? That's why all of these tests, right, should be done at the border. The border needs to be closed off. You need to come through a port. And once you say you're here for job, money, that type of thing, pack it up, bro. You're not welcome.
Somebody's got a plan for them to go to the actual court case and show what their claim is. And unfortunately, you're just getting more smoke and mirrors by this current administration right now. I mean, you remember they had that FAST app at the border. That didn't work out. Again, I think it's just them reaching out, continuing to baffle the American public because they realize that, they created the mess and elections are coming up.
And the smoke and mirrors is what I want to parse through with you specifically right now. I saw a Wall Street Journal alert that indicated this executive action that Biden might be announcing later this week would potentially say, no more, I'm closing the border down. It's not going to have necessarily a threshold where a certain amount of, illegal migrants can cross per day. That seemed to be the discussion before. So what I'm hearing is there will be a lot of pushback to that. It's got to go through Congress. He needs money to be able to do it, and that it won't actually happen. So I see an election coming, a desperate president who's going to now flip-flop on his position, knowing that it can't actually be seen through. And this new policy that's coming out today is like he's drawing little drawbridges in places where the migrants will still know if they go to that spot, they can get over art.
Right.
Right, and
Small
again,
amount.
that's what it comes down to. It's just, hey, he's trying to show that he's doing something about it without actually doing something about it.
Bro, it's too late. Like, he's lost, like, the overwhelming majority of his supporters, like, specifically the ones that are in the places that are actually being affected by it, right? So, like, if you're in, like, the city of Chicago, specifically the South Side, these were majority Democrat voters, guys. Ask them now. Guys, and the same thing is happening in the Bronx in New York, right? Like, just look around and you'll instantly see that this specific thing was what just moved the needle on a lot of the people, bro. They can agree with all your other stuff, but they will specifically be basically single voters for these issues here, right? That's it. They're going to only vote specifically outside of their normal life, let's say, right? They'll vote outside of their normalcy, let's say, exclusively for the purpose of stopping this and stopping the issue at the border, guys. That's it. Don't rely on them going forward. I'll say this right now. Don't do that. But just understand, single issue voters, 100%.
And you're exactly right. Look, it's a bunch of backstepping now. He has to admit that the last administration actually had a lot more things under control, and he's going to have to go back to some of those policies in order to try to at least stop the flow. But the floodgates were opened by this administration, and stopping the flow isn't just what they need to concentrate on. They need to figure out how do you get the individuals that are already here, that you allowed to come in here, back to their countries, or at least listen to their actual claims to see what claim they have. And they have no plan for that at all.
On a policy perspective, I'm curious, once they're here, do work permits help at least give them work, or does that then just encourage more illegal immigration?
I lost audio on that one. I did not hear your question.
Did you hear about, do work permits help, or does that just increase more illegal immigration?
I think work permits would help if they go through the right process of receiving those permits. Obviously, you can't just make a blank statement and say, hey, just hand out the work permits. You can't hand out the work permits how you chose to hand out, catch and release forms at the end of the day. So you have to vet them correctly in order to get the things done properly.
Yeah, guys, this whole thing is basically just a dumpster fire, right? Like, the entirety of this, like, what do we do? I have no idea, but something needs to happen, because there are a lot of people here exclusively for the concept of economic migrancy. That's it. They're here just for that, and that's all. And while they're depleting the resources of a lot of our big cities. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.